Hello, ladies. Welcome to the call. Hello. Welcome. Welcome, welcome. Welcome. I know Zoom is like a camera and a mirror at the same time. Hi, Maria. Hi, Sarah. Welcome. Feel free to unmute yourself and say hello just to make sure that your microphone is hooked up. You can't hear me?
Hi there.
Hello there.
Hi,
Maria. You can hear me fine? Awesome. Sarah, might be your microphone. And sometimes hopping off and hopping back on Zoom fixes it. Sometimes a headset fixes it. Guten Abend, Kirsten.
Hello.
Oh, double Kirstens. Hello, hello. You two are both in Germany, I think.
Yes.
Yeah? Have you connected?
Yeah.
You have to unmute yourself. Yeah? Awesome. Oh, that's so good. Zwillinge. I only know a little bit of German, and it's in bits and pieces because my grammar is terrible. But both my parents are German, so I'm gonna throw it in there because we have two Kirstens in Germany, which is really a coup. Yeah, awesome. Do not build your business alone, ladies. Welcome, Ingrid.
Hi, Sirena.
Hi, Sarah, you did it. Well done.
I did it. I couldn't get my sound working, but I did it.
Good job. Good job. Welcome, Evelyn. Hope to see your face soon. So let's get oriented to what we're up to today while the other ladies arrive. So I want to start by inviting you all to write in the chat, put something you want to brag about. Write in the chat, on the comments bar, on the Zoom, something that you can celebrate, brag about, something you're grateful for about you and your business. Just go to the chat thread, make sure it's addressed to everyone, and just find something that you want to celebrate about your business, something that you did. As the ladies come rolling in. Yeah, Kirsten found a name for her Facebook group. Congratulations, Kirsten Newman. Congratulations. It's the little things, right? As we talk about building, right? We want to make sure that we honor the bricks, the steps that we're taking to make that bigger expansion in our business. And there's no one like us to celebrate our tiny wins. Welcome, Alma. In the chat there below, we're just writing something out to the group, something we want to celebrate, something that we've accomplished in our business. Because oftentimes as entrepreneurs, we accomplish Herculean things that are really small, really small. Like I just started an interview series for the first time, and I am shooting those and putting them on Instagram. And that feels really big for me. There's all the little steps I had to do in between there. Inviting my guests, getting them a script, figuring out the content, putting it on Instagram, buckling my knuckles, right? Did anyone gonna like it? Like speakers needing to reschedule. There's all these little things for someone now to find me on Instagram and see that I'm doing interviews on creativity, right? So celebrating that is going to help us give us some oomph under our wave. So this is beautiful. Kirsten, our other Kirsten is cleaning out old stuff and getting clarity. Excellent. Cleaning the slate, making room for what's new. Ingrid booked a workshop for beauty students on Monday, and she's being paid for it. Woohoo! Well done, business owner. Sarah is working to finish her website and linking it to her calendar and Facebook. We all know that that is a thing, right, Sarah?
Nightmare.
Yeah, yeah. So you're wading through it. Don't stop. I saw you ask for help on the Facebook page. Did you get that help, Sarah, that you needed yet?
I got a link, so I asked to join the group that she recommended. So
Cool.
hopefully that'll lead somewhere.
Awesome. Excellent. Maria wants to celebrate that she went live interviewing a joint affiliate partner on her personal page. Wow. Wow. It feels huge. Not playing it safe anymore, Maria. Congratulations. Welcome, Bodhi and Gina. We're just putting in the chat thread something we want to celebrate about, something that we've done in our business. Important to celebrate what we're up to. Today's all going to be about list building and the things that we are studying on how to have a broader reach and get our message out wider. Okay, so before we dive totally in, why don't we give each other an eye hug? What that looks like is we lean in, take these off, and just look at the beauty that's arrived today. And appreciate each and every one of you for making space in your life to be here with one another. Creating a learning environment, one of mutual support. Yeah, go ahead and give them a little eye hug. You wink, wink. Yeah. I'm so glad we're here today. Yeah. Welcome,
Me too.
Melanie. Welcome, Gina. Welcome, Renee.
Thank you.
So if you just arrived, go ahead and put a celebration in the chat. And as I was arriving for this call today, I have my list of things that we're going to go through to make sure that we're all on the same page. But there's two things that I wanted to share that I thought might be important. When we go to share and get bigger with our message, there's two things that often come up. One, I'm not enough. And two, my message or I don't matter. These are two of the debilitating lies that most women have been told at some point in their life and have taken them on as true. I'm not enough, and I don't really matter. And as I do research for my storytelling projects, and I'm constantly looking for people who are speaking out, whose voices are being heard, I find lists and lists of men sharing their opinions, sharing their expertise, or just being audacious to share what they think. And what I notice with women is we get stuck around these two ideas. When I did my TEDx interview and I was trying to decide if I should do one, if I shouldn't do one, my interviewer said, yeah, you should just stay home. There's plenty of women out there getting the message out about medicine and storytelling. And I was like, damn. He knew just how to get to the one in me that really believed in something. When I'm connected to what I believe in, what I know is true, that is when the lie that I'm not enough and I don't matter start to lose their power. So I want to encourage each and every one of you to keep returning to what matters to you and what you know. Like, I point here, but it might be lower. It might be in your gut, right? Or it might be here, like this vision I have. But in your body, in one of your body centers, there lives a knowing that you believe in something without a shadow of a doubt. You've seen it, you've been studying it, it's what you're passionate about, right? It lives in you. And anchor to that when you go wider. Return to that what you believe in, what you're passionate about. When someone challenges your ideas, when you get a no, when someone ghosts on you, return again and again. And the best that you can, articulate it. Just articulate it to your coach, to your sisters on your Facebook page. Because the more you articulate, the more you try and describe and talk about that thing that you're passionate about and link it back to who you're talking to, we call that in this industry tying it back. The more you can do that, the more you do it, the more you spend time doing it, the more those lies, I'm not enough, I don't know what I'm talking about, I don't think this matters, doesn't matter enough, all those lies just start to become less noisy. Every time I arrive to the privilege of being in front of a group of humans, right? This is a huge privilege. You are all listening to what has been going on in my head, right? I have a captured audience and I see it as a distinct privilege. Every time I do that, I get a little nervous. And I always ask myself, what if I'm not enough? What if I have to say doesn't matter? So I return before I step into these virtual classrooms, onto a virtual stage, and I ask myself, what is it that I know that I know that I know, like in my bone? And I start there. And so 2 things I did this morning, and I want to recommend you do these things as well before you get in front of your clients. The first thing is obvious and redundant. Find out what you believe in and what you know. And the second thing is take care of yourself first. Don't jump onto those calls or into those sessions or onto your Facebook Live under-resourced. Even if it's 20 minutes, even if it's 5 minutes, take care of your body before you give. Because my feet, before I got on this call, were really cold. I don't know why. They were freezing. And I was going to suffer through it. 2 hours. I'm like, they'll warm up at some point, right? They're just feet. I don't need them to teach. And I was like, whoa, wait a minute. I'm enough. I went outside and I warmed them up in the sun so that I could be here for you, present, embodied, and resourced. Okay? It matters. You matter. If you don't feel like you're enough, resource yourself up before you arrive in leadership. Okay? That will support you for the long journey of growing yourself right alongside your business. So, I love seeing these beautiful shares in the chat. Renee is talking about her mission. She's going live. She's starting her Reborn Queen beta program. Congratulations. Love it, love it. I think I just mixed up Renee and Gina, with Gina Renee and Renee all both being ours. Check out the chat below. Give each other some love. Alma celebrating clarification and program development. And Ingrid's got socks in her office for whenever her feet are cold. I love it. Self-care, self-care, self-care. Beautiful. So welcome to those of you who joined the Entrepreneurial Leadership Academy in spring. And welcome to those of you who just jumped in fall. Can we give a little twinkle fingers? Who jumped here in fall? Who's brand new? Dr. Eliza and Mandy and Amma. Let's give some love to you ladies. And Kirsten, you too, right? Yep. Welcome, ladies. Welcome. So one of the ways that I'm not enough gets in, it says, I'm behind. Who has got, I'm behind in my business? Yeah. Yeah. Who wakes up in the morning and is like, I'm behind. I got so much shit to do. Yeah. Same voice is I'm not enough, right? If you're waking up in a deficit, just wake yourself up to perfect and right timing. I'm right where I'm supposed to be in my life, in my business. All I have is this one day ahead of me. And that's a lot of what list building is about. If you constantly compare how many people you have access to with Sage Levine, you will be constantly behind the ball. Or with Oprah, or with Gandhi, whoever, right? Don't do that. Don't do that. It's one person at a time you're adding to your list. So I want to share with you all, so we're all on the same page, where to look for all of this great information. Can you all see this? Nope, we're on the wrong screen. You're on my Spy screen. Okay, let's come up here. So I just want to make sure you all know that we are in the list building tile. And what we're going to be really focusing on are these handouts.
Still Spotify.
You guys are still on Spotify? Really? Thank you for telling me. Hold on, let's try this. How about now? Still
Your
looking at
screen.
Spot? You're still looking at Spot? Are you still looking at the blue picture?
Your desktop.
Let's try that again. While I'm getting this together, why don't you scratch down on your notebook a question you have about list building? Question that you came to this call with. Are you on the ELA page now with me? No.
Your desktop with blue.
Okay, let's try this. Hold on.
Home screen.
Okay. How about now?
Mm-mm.
Oh,
No.
hold on. See what we can do here. How about now? Yeah?
Yes.
Yes.
Excellent. Thank you for your patience. So let's move you guys over here. So what I'm looking at is your ELA page. I'm under the classes tab. We're under list building. And what we're focusing on are these handouts right here. Okay. And I'm going to particularly orient us to the client funnel. Because when we go under the trance of, oh my God, I'm so far behind, this is one of the pages you want to come back to and orient. Because these are the three most important sections, components, building blocks of your business. The first one is all about lead generation and list building. Right? This is something that we're always involved in as entrepreneurs, in bringing people into our business, into our message, into our support. The second component of business is always enrollment, having those personal conversations, finding out what people want, using the GROW model, following up. And the last one is fulfillment. Clients have said yes to you, they're working with you, and you're giving them, you're fulfilling with generosity so that they and you both feel fulfilled in your agreement. These are the three components of business. And if you're not involved in one of these components, you're probably spinning out someplace else. So consider printing this out and putting it near you when you are spinning out, when family obligations are really high, when there's a lot of fear, someone's sick, recovering from surgery, like come back to this if you get off track, okay? Now, a special message from Sage. She wanted to make sure that you all knew from her heart to yours that wherever you are in your business is good and perfect and right. This is an unusual time. A lot of change, right? A lot of change on the planet, with our ecosystem, political change, and then personal change. How stress, how change in our life is impacting us. It's never been a better time to go online, which is the blessing in disguise. And there always is a blessing in disguise. If you all had entered our program 2 years ago, getting seen online would have been harder because more people weren't on it. People weren't taking classes and getting help online. Some were, but many people were getting their needs met in person. So by you joining our programs at this moment in time when things are shifting towards more online support, more support from people who live in other places, you all have access to people that you may never have met before because they're on the internet looking for support. So that's the blessing in disguise that we're all involved in, okay? So please jot down your questions about list building. What do you want to know about how to build? Where's your next step? And as always, I'd really, really love to hear you all share from the I have a question about, and then tell us all what your question is about before you launch into the story about it. And please be understanding if I cut you off in your story when it feels like I have enough information to answer your question and turn it into a teaching for everyone. Can you unmute yourselves and give me an aha for that?
Oh yeah, baby.
Yes.
Yeah. Yes.
Yes,
Aha.
that's okay. Thank you.
Yeah.
Excellent, excellent. All right, let's give ourselves a big stretch. Reach your arms up above your head. Bring your hands up to your heart. And repeat after me. I am here to learn. Go ahead and unmute yourselves. I am here to learn.
I'm here to
I'm here to
learn.
learn.
I am here to
I am
learn.
here to learn.
Here to learn.
And let go of comparing myself.
And let go of
Let go of comparing myself.
Comparing
I am
myself.
enough.
I am enough.
Enough.
I am enough.
I matter.
I matter.
And the world needs my medicine.
The world
The world
needs
needs my medicine.
The world needs my
World needs my
medicine.
medicine.
Oh,
Oh.
nice. So at the top of your screen is a little box with 3 little dots in it. That's how you raise your hand. If you have a question, that's how we'll be calling on you today if this is new for you. Many of you are veterans. And while that is happening, I'm just going to turn on my fan. We're having a heat wave in Santa Cruz. Oh yeah, here we go. Remember, I'm not God, and I definitely can't figure out all of your technology issues. But I will do my best to support you with where your question is and get you to the right place if I don't have that answer. So who has a question that they'd like to start us off with? Thank you, Juliet. Yeah, Maria.
Okay, so my question is, I have had huge resistance writing emails for a long time that I broke through today with
Congratulations.
an email, yeah, with an email from me first, and then another email from this affiliate partner that I did an interview with today. And my question is, if I want to rebuild the relationship with my list, what would be good to start off with?
So you're talking about an email list.
Yes.
Re-engage with your
Yeah.
email list. Awesome.
Yeah.
What
And what has happened in my business is that I'm pivoting like so many others. So in this first email, I got them up to speed a little bit about my shift. Not a lot of details, but a little bit.
Okay, so you already did send out a mass email.
Yes.
Awesome.
And now
Great.
my question is how to nurture them further without taking on too much.
Awesome. That is a great question. My computer screen just locked up. I wanted to show you something. Can you see me? Some of you are frozen. We're all good? Okay. Gremlins. I wanted to point you to the nurturing email template in this month's forum. So in list building, yeah, there's a nurturing. Excellent. So the first step is what Maria already said. If you have an email list and nobody knows you're in business, no one knows you're doing coaching, no one knows that your coaching has changed shape, send them a letter. Make it really personal. And that's what Maria said she already did. She reached out to them. She's like, hey, guess what? This is what I'm up to. Because of COVID, I'm going online. It's a really beautiful way to do it. Always make sure, Maria, did you at the bottom give them a chance to unsubscribe if they didn't want to hear from you?
Yes.
Great.
Both at the bottom and in the email. And I phrased it in a way that will make it easy for those who don't resonate any longer to opt out.
Nice, nice. So it's super key. Awesome. Give them a chance to opt out if they don't want to hear from you anymore. That gives them control. I don't have control over my computer right now. Okay, I'm gonna let that go. I won't be able to screen share for the rest of this call, but no worries.
Do you want me to screen share that you wanted to show?
I just want to direct you all to go to
Nurturing.
no, because then I have to make you co-host and all the things.
Okay.
So just give me a minute. It's called the Nurturing Sequence Template. It's under List Build, and you'll see a bunch of examples. Okay. So for you, Maria, I would ask, what are you wanting from your clients? And reverse engineer so that you can send a sequence that's going to get you where you want to go. So if you're wanting to get your email people on that list over into your Facebook group, or you're wanting those people in your email list to attend an event, right? Then you're going to reverse engineer with that being the end goal, okay? And one of the ways that we recommend in that nurturing sequence is to send them multiple emails so it feels like they're hearing from you about what you're up to. Maybe they're hearing about your Facebook group. Maybe you're sharing about the amazing information on your Facebook group. You're just sharing. You're not asking them to do anything. And then after about 2 or 3 of those emails, then you can ask them to do something or invite them to do something. Because the idea is when we're generous and we're just offering our services, then people are more likely to be like, oh, wow, I have enough of her. I've tasted her. I've heard her message. Then I might want to jump into her group, take her up on something. That's why we call it a nurturing sequence. Does that make sense, Maria?
Absolutely.
Awesome. So what's the end goal for your email list? What do you want from them?
I think I might have several goals, but the main thing now for me is to feel connected to them, and not necessarily all of them. But I want to take them on the journey with me where I'm going, and I'm going into coach, or I am coaching now. I'm not a yoga teacher in a studio anymore.
Yes.
And I'm also moving into using my musical heart song activations as a tool, and I want to educate them and inspire them how music can be that transformational tool.
Awesome. So you have the coaching services and you're also wanting to educate them about the power of music. So what I would recommend is share with them that information about the power of music and how it transforms. And then if they want more, do you have a Facebook group?
Yes.
Then I would invite them over onto your Facebook group where they can engage with you and let them know that. That's what the Facebook group is about. It's for engagement, so they can ask questions, so they can learn from other people, so they can practice.
Yes.
Yeah, awesome.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Let's give me a big kiss. Mwah. Hi, Lisa. Welcome to the call.
Hi, sisters. My question today is trying to understand the difference of holding the potential for our clients versus a promise. That came up in the niche call yesterday, and two issues, I guess, around my question. One is, how do you use the proper words to create potential versus a promise? And also, I guess, my own personal mindset shift needed to be able to either deliver the potential or deliver the promise. Trying to understand the difference between those two words, holding potential versus promising a client something.
No, that's not for you,
Yeah,
Paula.
yeah, that makes sense. Go ahead and mute yourself if you're not engaging right now, just get some background noise. So Lisa, it could be as simple as saying, I see the potential in you. And if you committed to this program or you committed to yourself, I see you living into your potential.
Okay.
As opposed to saying, I can promise you that this program will such and such and such and such.
Okay. Okay. Literally using those words like the
You
word
can.
of potential.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. And are you speaking about using these in your marketing online or in a discovery session?
Both, like top level marketing and also in a conversation with a client.
Yeah. Yeah. So when you're in a grow conversation, one of the ways that you can augment the potential of your client is, because you work with mamas, so I'm just going to pretend I'm you, right?
Yeah.
So if you're working with a mama, you could say something like, you know, I see the strength in you. And I see the potential for you to be strong in all areas of your birthing process, especially this area where you're feeling a lot of fear around speaking up for yourself. I'd like to support you to grow into that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. That feels good.
Yeah. And there's another phrase that Sage uses a lot that I really appreciate around making an offer, where she says something to the effect of, I really could see you having X, Y, or Z when you commit to 6 months of support.
Okay.
I could really see you having what you want, whatever that is, X, Y, or Z. If you really commit to showing up for one-on-one sessions and moving through the blocks that we came through.
Okay.
So right there, you're like illustrating, like if they show up for it, they can have what they want. And I find that's really important in a grow conversation, because in the grow conversation, right, you're in that place where you're trying to figure out how committed they are. How much will they show up for themselves? So make it really plain and simple, right? You're calling them out. If you show up for this,
Right.
if you're coachable, if you're ready to receive, I see you having what you want. Do you want that bad enough?
Okay.
Okay.
I guess I also like how you would say it, Sirena. Like you would say, I'm not a god, or I'm not going to be a technology god for all of you.
And notice I say that when my clients are already committed.
Yeah. Okay.
Because in a grow conversation and in, you know, any kind of webinar or Facebook Live, you need to establish your authority very clearly. Establishing your authority and making false promises are two different things. But when it comes to the authority, right, I'm going to claim what I'm good at. I'm not going to talk about the areas where I'm not so good at, because that's not why you're here. So for example, when I'm selling my story selling program, I can say without a shadow of a doubt that I know everything there is to know about crafting story. I feel really confident after 15 years that I've cracked that nut. But I can't promise that you will have a story, will have the best story on the planet. That's like too big of a promise.
Okay.
I don't promise that that every story that you write will end up being a TEDx talk. That's up to you, right? So I'm very clear when I'm teaching what I'm an authority about and what I'm not. And if you're doing any Q&As during your live talks and someone asks you a question, for example, if someone asked me a technology question that was beyond my pay grade about like the back end of how do you get Kajabi to work with your landing page, your emails, like that, you know, it's perfectly okay to admit that those aren't your areas of expertise. That's not what your expertise is, and then turn it back to what you are. Yeah. Because I've seen people overpromise in those situations because we're nervous, right? We want people to believe in us, like us, invest in the thing, and we can overpromise. So get clear about what those are before. And I just recommend taking promise out of your vocabulary when you're in those situations. Just take it out. Because a promise, right? You feel it, how much it carries. Yeah.
Right, right.
Great distinctions, Lisa.
Could I give you an example about like just top marketing language?
Sure.
Like just the difference between easy birth versus easier birth. Like a doula asked me, commented on that once and said, birth is not easy, Lisa. There's nothing easy at all about birth. But I feel like part of my job as the mamas that I'm trying to mentor is to show them that the potential is there.
Beautiful.
But I have to walk that careful line because I'm also dealing with sort of like the scientific community as well.
Yeah, I got you. Can I help you with something?
Yeah.
One of the things I would recommend is look at easier birth and look at all the different ways you could describe what an easier birth would be like.
Okay.
Like I would imagine less pain.
Okay.
I would imagine less tension. I would imagine less tearing. Right? So to look at easier birth and look at the different ways that you can describe that are all pointing to easier in case someone's getting triggered by the word easy. And I agree with you. Easy feels like a promise. Easier doesn't sound like so much of a promise. But then it brings into the question to my mind, what is easier? So just find other ways of describing what easier would be and how moms are describing that. And that brings you back to their big why. What do they want? Okay. Yeah?
Okay. Yeah.
Awesome. Awesome. Big kiss for Lisa. Mwah. Most of you, if not all of you, are still evolving your message. Is that right? Still evolving your message. It's still coming. Yeah? And so keep staying curious with your clients about what they say they want and what they struggle with in their own words. And that will help you get out of these concepts like easy, hard, trust, all those, and bring it down into just like, I just don't want to be in so much pain. I want a good night's sleep. I want to make 50K this year, right? Bringing it down into what they actually want. Sarah, let's go to you and then Juliet.
Hi, well,
Hi,
I had started out with similar questions about the email list, but you answered all that with Maria. I guess I need help with wording, I guess. And it kind of goes to what we were just talking about with Lisa.
Okay, wording for what?
Well, I have kind of labeled my business as the art of losing weight, but
So is this a
it's
title? So just get us clear on your question. Is this
mhm.
a title for your program, a title for a Facebook Live, title on your webpage?
Well, this is what I'm trying to sort out. It's
Okay.
whether or not, like I don't want it to be just about losing weight. It's about the whole person. It's about, it's really about healing the whole person, and the losing weight part is just part of the benefit.
Right.
But losing weight is usually the presenting issue.
And it's also what we recommend when you're talking to your clients when you talk about benefits,
Okay.
right? Because
So,
benefits and results are how we sell our programs.
okay.
So if the
So-
benefit is losing weight,
And well, and it's getting to your whole self and being powerful and like finding who you really are after you've been on that weight loss hamster wheel for so long. So I guess it is losing weight, yes, but I want to make it clear that it's richer than just losing weight. It's not a diet.
Great.
I have one thing called diet recovery. That's one option.
right? So that's why I'm asking you, Sarah, what title are we trying to tease out as just a place to wrap our minds around? And then you can extrapolate that for your other things.
Okay, so let's talk about a Facebook challenge then.
Okay.
So I was thinking of doing, because people would get results maybe in 10 days, I thought I would do it for 10 days, really short, like, well, half an hour each day. And so then it needs to have the hot title for that. And that part would be to get people started on the losing weight process, but also the visioning of where you want to be and who you want to be and how you want to be. That's all part of it. And then.
Great. So in 10 days, you're going to support them to lose weight. And you're also going to have an opportunity to talk to them about this holing out process that they're doing, right? Because you have 30 minutes every day. So you'll give them a tip, you'll talk to them about weight loss, which is why they came, and then you can share some of your message. That's perfectly doable, perfectly doable. And this is true for all you ladies, right? Like the sign on the door is what gets people in your space. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what the sign on the door is. It really doesn't. Once they're in your room, you can talk to them. This is a Q&A call. You all showed up to get for Q&A about list building, but we're going to talk about all kinds of stuff. We already did. Talked about not enoughness, talked about mindset. We blew each other kisses. Like all kinds of stuff happened, right? But you all showed up to learn about list building because you're building a business and you need to know that. So we had to put a sign on the door of something that you wanted to get your head in. Same thing for you, Sarah.
That makes sense. Makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, and if you're helping women, what I heard you say is if you're helping women with self-image, if you're helping women to love themselves after hating on their body for 10 years on yo-yo diets, if you're helping women, huh?
I said, or 50 years.
Yeah. And if you're helping women reorient to like the beauty that's within that doesn't matter about the shape, right? If you're doing all of that, that's definitely going to be content that you're going to want to share during that weight. But the women who are still have their mind on weight, that's how they're going to get to you.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I want to just address the 10-day challenge thing because what we've seen is 10 days is a long time for people to commit to. It's a lot of, consistency. So, and it'll be a lot for you to show up to 10 days in a row as well. So I just want to consider a shorter challenge with something that you're inviting them into, because you said they're going to get results around 10 days in. Right?
Yeah, I had thought about splitting it. Is that what you're getting at? Like maybe have a startup 3 days and then a check-in on day 7 and a check-in on day 10 or something? Join the group, something like that?
Join the group and then continue the training in the group. Because here's the thing, ladies, when people are with you and they're getting your download, they're like, oh my God, you're so fascinating. I want to know more about you. If you give them a break and you ask them to remember to come back in 7 days to get more of you, they're going to be on to other fascinating, interesting, shiny objects.
Yeah.
Right?
Okay. Yeah.
So you're making them, if you do a shorter Facebook challenge, 3 days, 4 days, you're inviting them to the next step, and then you're with them on that next step. You show up for them.
Okay.
Let them
And
know
then,
how to get more.
so would that be when I would introduce the recovery call or recovery, the discovery calls?
Yeah. So
Breakthroughs?
if I were to reverse engineer this for you, right? The end goal
Yeah.
is to have a discovery session, which is true for many of you. You want to
Yeah.
sit down with someone who wants what you want and have a conversation. That's the end goal. So before you get to that discovery session, you want to give them something, which is time with you. About 2 hours is about how much time people need with you to jump into that discovery session.
Okay.
It's just what is the psychology of it. After about 2 hours, people start to be like, okay, I get who you are. I want the next step or I don't.
Okay.
So before that, it's bits and pieces. They see your name there, they see something there, and then they commit to that 2 hours. So one of the reasons we recommend Facebook challenges is because you have an opportunity to do 2 or 3 days of 90-minute, 2-hour teachings with your people.
Right.
Right?
Okay.
Now, you can do it shorter because attention span on the internet is shorter. Right? So you could do it 30 minutes, 45 minutes, an hour, something like that. But you're still driving and inviting them to the next thing, the next thing. So maybe it's a 2-hour training on your Facebook group, right?
Yes. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I like that idea. Okay. That makes a lot of sense. That sort of helps because I've been spinning around a million ideas. So thank you.
Yeah. Sarah, there are a million ideas. So you get to just pick one and do it, right? Hopefully have some fun with it, invite some sisters to support you, and then try the next thing.
Okay.
Okay?
Yeah. Yeah.
Awesome.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Let's give you a big kiss. Mwah. So we want to remember to orient you ladies. In your forum at the top, there's a tile. It's rectangular instead of square, and it says Facebook challenge. And that is a whole training on Facebook challenges. You can take any part of that training and make it your own. Okay? But what we always say in this group is imitate before you improvise. Right? Because Sage loves Facebook. She's been studying it for a century, and she knows what works and what doesn't. She knows the way that it is the most magnetizing. So that's why we want you to imitate before you innovate. But I also want to say, right, coming back to the comparison thing, if I tried to do everything Sage did, I would have lost my mind a long time ago, because I'm not Sage. I'm not built like Sage. Sage is younger. I mean, there's just all kinds of things that are different, right? So what I do often is I look at what she's doing. I study it. I study all the components, and then I pull out what I feel I can do that stretches me but doesn't break me. Okay? Stretches me but doesn't break me. And that's what, Sarah, your job is, and everyone else, as you're getting visible. Okay? So go to that Facebook challenge piece if you're wanting more visibility, if you're wanting discovery sessions, and see how you can craft one of those Facebook challenges that works for you.
Okay. Thank you.
Mwah. Hello, Juliet in Stripes. Hi. Welcome to the call. Juliet is calling from England, right?
Yeah. I'm in Oxford this time.
What was that?
I'm in Oxford at the moment.
Oxford. Sounds so impressive.
I have I have 1 foot in Wales and 1 foot in England. I'm
Even more
dancing.
magical. I love the magic that you bring. Juliet, how can we support you? What's your question today?
My question is, so I have a little drawer full of business cards. It's a list building question. And I have a drawer full of cards of people that I've met. I've met them because I've got their cards from different events, etc. And I've often kept them thinking, you know, maybe one day. And I was thinking how to use all these business cards. And I'm wondering if I did an email as a generic personal one. So it was like, you know, hi, sorry, apologies for this interesting way of reconnecting. I have met you at some time. I have met you at an event somewhere, and I'm wanting to reconnect. I'm wanting to reconnect with you and to share with you what I'm doing now, etc., etc. A little paragraph about that. And if this is of interest of you, would you be interested in hearing more about this? And therefore, can I send you more? Or, you know, making that disclaimer. So basically, a very direct list building event. Like, there's no, I could ask them to join my Facebook group as well as be on my email list, but a very transparent saying, I've met you somewhere, I still have your card. And I don't know how personal to make it that I look at their websites and say, oh, it was really interesting, because that would take a long time to be ultra personal. But so like, can I do that? Can I resource my business cards?
Yeah, this is a great question. I just cleaned out a stack of business cards in my desk last night. This is a great question. Right? Because I built my list to 2000 by literally putting people's emails in my phone. In the before times when you went to the grocery store and you met someone, they're like, hi, Sirena, you tell stories. I'm like, do you want to come to one of my events? They're like, yes. And I put it in my phone. The before times, one person at a time, right? It works. So Juliet, I love what you said about a generic personal email, right? Because if we are reaching out to people, we want to make them feel that they're special, right? And yeah, it's going to take a hell of a long time to research everyone and make it totally like a love letter. But it might be worth some effort to make it personal. Now, here's the thing, Juliet. If I received one of those emails about you, where you're asking me to take my time to know more about you, one of the things I would be asking myself is, what's in it for me?
Yes.
Why should I take my time, right, in whatever I'm doing, if I'm not sure I remember you and I'm not clear what you want? So one of the things that I would really ask you to look at is, how can you make whatever you're doing as you reach out to these people a win-win situation? A what, please?
A win-win situation.
Yeah.
That's what I do.
What do you have to offer them that would benefit them? So I would definitely look up their website and be like, would they benefit from joining my Facebook group? Would they benefit from having a free breakthrough session? Would they benefit from meeting one of my affiliate partners who's doing an event that they might speak at? So you're looking ahead to them. Why would they want to join? Why would they want? What can you give them? And yes, if you haven't connected with them for a while, you're going to want to remind them. So for example, when I did this interview series, right, I was asking all these different people to take time out of their life to be interviewed by me, right? I wanted that from them. So I started the email out with, I've been stalking you. You're up to some really amazing things, and I want to promote your next event. There was already the give right there. And because you're such an amazing creative being, and I'm doing this interview series on creativity, I'm wondering if you would have, and I was very distinct, if you have 30 minutes on these 3 dates to be interviewed by me. In exchange, I'm willing to promote your next event. Everyone except one answered yes. And true, half of them are my friends. Okay. Because it wasn't cold, right? I didn't just pick random people. But I did that to give myself courage because I wanted to ask some bigger names. And I was like, I'll start with my friends first. And then my friends turned me on to some of their friends because everybody wants to be promoted online right now, right? And that's how it started. Did I make this up out of no, Sage did this. I watched her do this in her program. She'd interview interesting people. People would tell her someone else, and then she just started interviewing interesting people. That's how it happens. And then they all promoted that she did an interview, and that's how it got a little bit wider. You don't have to do an interview series. That's one of the things that happened. So Juliet, based on what I just shared, what is what you could offer these people? What do you think they want?
Well, promotion of whatever they're doing. Hence my little web page that I could use.
Right, you're creating a Facebook hub to promote people who are up to interesting things. Yes, that's a great offer. Hey, I'm creating a Facebook hub. I have this many members, and what I love to do is promote people in this area of expertise, which is why I want you, because you're a coach, you're a healer, you're a whoever you're courting, right?
And at some point I could do an interview. You know, I could use the interviews for something later on.
Yeah, absolutely.
So it's both and. I could promote and interview if they're willing to, promote their events on my Facebook hub.
Great. And then what do you want in exchange?
Well, I hadn't thought about the interview, but I could do that. Essentially, I was just thinking of part of the list building, but I suppose they could share my Facebook group link to people who may find my Facebook group interesting, relevant. So promotion back, but only for relevant people.
So you're going to make the criteria really distinct, and this is really important because if you're sending an email like that, right, and someone opens it and they're very busy, you want it to be very clear what it entails. So right, I had a 3-sentence blurb about the crux of creativity, which is what I called my series. And it was like the mission statement for that. So they could know if they were aligned with that. Now, a Facebook hub, someone just posted in the chat, is this idea that Juliet had of setting up a Facebook group, and she offered it to all of you, by the way. So you might want to get in contact with her about this, because she had this idea of being like a matchmaker, of having like a place, a Facebook group where people can promote their work and people can find each other. And it's a beautiful idea. I love it. I love it, love it, love it. And then it's creating a place where people who are up to something in the industry are promoting and seeing each other people, seeing each other people's work. So that's what she's up to as a way of generating a following. And I love it. And what I really encourage you, Juliet, still to do is this 2 or 3 sentences about the mission. What kind of events are these? What are they for? Because that's going to help people feel safe, right? Because people don't often jump into Facebook groups where they know they're going to be sold or solicited to.
There is a welcome description, right? That is the announcement. The first thing you see is the announcement of the welcome description.
I love it. I love it. So good. So good. So then I would just wheedle it down a little bit to the niche. Like, is this just for women? Is this just for entrepreneurs? Is this for healers? Like, just whittle it down like you would do any niche statement and make sure you know what you want from this. Okay? Now, list building, you may not know what you want. Like Juliet, like she's like, I don't know. I'm just getting visible and I'm wanting people to see me. And then when I have something to offer, I have people to share it with. That's as good a reason as any to build your list. Okay.
It was just a way of, I wasn't sure how I felt about doing things on my personal page, and it was just a general way to promote. It was because we were forever being told we can't promote on things. So
Right.
it was a way of, and it was just, in theory, just me promoting it. But then I thought, I'm going to be typing everybody else's stuff. So why didn't everybody else just put it on themselves to save me the time? And it was therefore only selected. I just thought of the people the groups that I'm in are entrepreneurs. So
Great.
it was just
So
to support.
here's the thing, Juliet. Because it's Facebook and you have an opportunity to post people talking about their work, you know, posting videos is a great way. You could either ask them to send you a 2-minute video, or you could interview them for 15 minutes.
Okay.
Either way, it's going to be way more engaging if there's videos on there.
Yeah.
And if you get that far, message me and I might be one of your people. Let's give you a big hint.
And yes, and it's a page and not a group, by the way. Is that okay?
What's it called?
It's not a private group. It's a page.
Yeah, it's just a page. It's called Ways to Change Your Life and World.
Ways to change your life and your world. Will you write it down in the chat? Because it looks like some women are interested. Yes, I love this. I love this. This is it. This is how you get affiliate partners. One of my sisters that was in my ELA program is still one of my best affiliate partners, hands down, for over 7 years now. Yeah, yeah. And she and I don't do the same thing at all. She's a singer-songwriter. So continue to keep your eyes open for who might be a good match. Thank you, Juliet. I'm having a little sugar crash. I'm going over here for my snacks. Kirsten, let's hear from you. Yeah, you can unmute yourself.
Hi, Sirena. Hi, sisters. Well, I feel hesitated to promote my business profile on Facebook and my group because I don't have a landing page or an opt-in page or a website so far where I could organize my potential clients. And so I feel like I like it to have it clean and neat. And do you have a suggestion where I could start even when I don't have all this technical thing or the technical infrastructure?
You don't need those other things in this moment. And when I heard you say organize my potential clients through my website, I didn't know what that means.
Well, when I go to Facebook profiles, I feel safe when I can see, oh, there's a website that I can see, oh, this person really exists. A website to me feels more safe, that I can see is their location or is there.
Right, it adds credibility.
Yeah, yeah.
I see.
And right now I feel like, I mean, I have a name, I have a domain, but there's nothing behind there so far.
Right.
And, yeah.
So, Kirsten, I just want to say that like what's normal in California may be different than what's normal in Germany, which may be different than what's normal in Spain, which may be different what's normal in Wales. I just want to say that, okay? For both of you who are from Germany, and we've got someone from Australia here, we've got someone from England. Like there's different norms in culture which creates credibility, okay?
Mm-hmm.
So it makes sense that you'd want a website or a splash page to create credibility. That makes sense. And you don't need it. Okay? What you can do is spend time creating credibility on your Facebook page.
Like posting,
or writing, really detailing out your description.
Mm-hmm.
Posting photos. Like Facebook becomes like it can become like a colorful brochure. Okay, like in the sidebar where there's all those photos, like you can cultivate very specific photos to show that you're credible. Like on my page, on one of my photos, I have a microphone on. Like that depicts I'm on stage.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah.
I have photos where I'm with Sage, depicting like I am in alliance with powerful other women, right? So your Facebook page, you can cultivate it to have a lot of credibility. Your your picture, right? Your headshot of you is also creates a lot of credibility. Having a good headshot that where you look like a professional, whatever that means for you, also creates credibility. And I just want to share that, you know, times are changing. Websites used to be that thing that social media is now becoming.
And so then, sorry, no, just go ahead. I'm listening. Sorry.
Which doesn't mean you don't need the website. But in this course, we're going to talk about websites. We're going to train you on those, and they're really simple.
Okay.
Really simple. So one of the things, Kirsten, I think is one of the things that, does that answer your question?
Yeah, but where do I list those emails? Do they send me a message and then I only have the Facebook contact of them? But that's only Facebook to me. I feel more safe to have a real email address that not my whole company is on Facebook. Because when they shut down one day, I have nothing, you know.
Excellent. That's absolutely true. So what I recommend, if someone messages you on your page, they want to talk to you more, or they seem interested, private message them, right? And ask them to do that through email.
Okay.
So that's what I often do. I'm like, I'm going to message you. And then I get on private message. I'm like, hi, Kirsten. I heard you were interested in my program. Let's take this to email so we can set up a time to talk.
Okay.
Or I'll put in my calendar link in that private message. I'm like, you wanted to talk to me, get into my schedule, boom. Don't send them anywhere and have them go, just like give them your schedule. And then once they get into your schedule, you'll have their email.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Mm-hmm. And then that way, right, you have a backup next to Facebook. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Good.
People who are on Facebook respond a lot to private messages. That's the thing.
Okay.
Yeah.
Good. Thank you so much. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Tell me what your newest niche statement is while I have you here.
My niche statement. So I'm just happy with the Facebook name right now. So I'm serving. Just please give me a second. I'm serving working or full-time working or working people who have a family member who is chronically sick. And they take care of, and they now try to find a way to organize their everyday life, that they don't burn out, or that they feel like, oh, I have time to breathe again, or I have time for myself. So basically it's about self-care and to improve the relationship. So of course I think there's always relationship before the illness. That's my priority, and I teach those people like, well, how to find their place in that, and that they don't take the people into this position like, oh, this is a sick person, and so I'm not allowed to have any needs. So the person is still a mother, or maybe it's a daughter, or it has an opinion to other things, so that they get out of the role of a caregiver, sick person.
Can I offer you something?
Please, yes.
You're getting really close. Consider adding healthy people caring for chronically ill people, something like that. Or self-care for people who are attending to chronically ill members of their family, or something like that. So putting up front what those people want. So the people who are helping, they want self-care for them, or they want to be healthy while caring for. Put that up front.
Okay.
Okay. And this is true for all of us. When we put in front of our clients what they want first, instead of what they're struggling with, they're more attracted to that online.
Right.
Okay. Awesome. Let's give you a kiss.
Yeah.
Yeah. And Kirsten, can we celebrate you? I don't know if any of you know that Kirsten had a baby the week or two before she jumped into ELA.
Oh,
She knew she
wow.
was giving birth to her second child. And she's just like, I know this is happening. I'm going to have another baby and I'm doing ELA. And so she decided to do it all together at the same time. And she's in Germany, so she doesn't have a lot of like California sisters all around her. And her husband is away working, so she's being supported by her mom. And I just wanted to know if we could just give you some love for what you said yes to, and remind you that you're not alone. And every time you reach out, every time you let us see that you're not perfectly done and it's not totally done, we're here to help you get to the next step. Okay. Yeah. Big kiss for you.
Way to go.
Yeah, amazing.
Tough job.
Yeah, amazing.
And you're taking care of sick people.
She's supporting people who take care of sick people. Yeah, beautiful. Monique, I'd love to hear from you. And I'm just noticing that many of you have your cameras on. Welcome, Tina Valentine. Welcome, welcome. But there's some of you that have your screens off. So I'm just imagining that you might be multitasking. So I'm just going to call you back in, because one of the things you're learning is how to facilitate a group, right? And it doesn't matter if you're sitting on the couch. It doesn't matter if your dog is at your feet. Go ahead and open up your cameras. Let us see you. Get present as best you can. Thank you for laughing. We really want to see you and have you here with us, unless you're driving. Then don't do that. Welcome, Renee. So, Monique, let's hear from you.
Hi, Sirena.
Hi.
I have a question in regards to my sequence of emails that go out, or the sequence of emails that will go out after the opt-in page. So for the opt-in page, I created to gather their name and their email, and then the email sequence, do I put my free gift in as a link or upload it? I guess that's where I'm just confused of how do I get my free gift into there? Do I put it in as a PDF or as a link to
you could do
my
either
website
one.
and then have?
You can do either one.
You do either one. Okay.
Do a link or a PDF. You just want to make whatever is easiest. And you want to make that an automatic autoresponder. So as soon as they sign on for your adrenal quiz, they go straight to that link.
Okay, and then I have one more quick question. Yeah. My other question is it recommended to also put in a link there to join the Facebook group when they're downloading that PDF, or should that be a follow-up email to invite them in to the Facebook group?
That's a great question.
And possibly.
That's a great question.
And possibly a discovery call. Sorry.
Yeah, those are great questions. So when they take your adrenal quiz, do they get, there's no assessment, right? I'm just remembering, it's like if they answer three or more of these questions, they have adrenal fatigue, and then you send them a protocol or something on how to get in balance. Is that right?
And then I invite them into a discovery call to personalize to create balance for them based on their situation.
Yes. So awesome. So there's a bunch of ways that you can do this, but what I'm imagining, Monique, is it might be powerful once they get the link is to share a client success story, right? Because that's not about them. but it's future pacing them for what it would be like if they got more. So if you could share a client success story around someone who had adrenal fatigue, they did the protocol on your free gift, and they got certain results after working with you for 3 months, 6 months, right? Then you're future pacing them into what it would look like for them. And then you could offer them the free 30-minute individualized session to see if they wanted more support. So that's one way of going down that rabbit hole. The other thing you could do is you give them the free gift. You let them know that you have a Facebook group, right? That they could come and get more in. And then 2 days later, 3 days later, you send them an email that says, hey, how's it going? Did you implement your free gift? Are you still tired, cranky, or did you implement the free gift? And then you could, again, at that point, share a client success story about how having a checklist isn't enough without mentorship. Do they want more? Jump into a discovery session. Because one of the things, ladies, about the email sequence is we want a reason to reach out to people. We want a reason to reach out and offer them something. We don't want to just keep emailing someone saying, how are you doing? How are you feeling? Because then they have to sit down their computer and come up with the words and describe how they're feeling for you. And that's on them. Generous, the opposite is what we're saying is like, just keep offering. Hey, this is what I've seen. This is what works. Here's a group for you to practice in. So Monique, of the two different avenues, which one do you want to go with? Just your gut instinct.
Can I do a hybrid?
Yeah, what would that look like?
I really want to get on the, inviting them to come to the Facebook group to learn more, you know, get to know me a little more, and then maybe the follow-up email if they haven't already signed up for a discovery call, then do the follow-up.
Awesome, that was my suggestion. That's perfect. And when you invite them to the Facebook group,
okay,
make it really alluring. Share something that's on the Facebook group. Put an image in there or something, right? Make them want to know more. Make it, for lack of a better word, make it a little sexy. Like, whoa, what's that? That's interesting. Okay? Be a beautiful flower that you're inviting them into. Okay? So that's image, that's story, and that's information, right? Put those three things together in your email. Tell a short story, beautiful image, and make it easy for them to make the jump. Good, Monique?
Yeah, it just makes me really realize how much I need to begin cultivating value in the Facebook group.
Beautiful. Yep. Awesome. You have so much to offer. You're like
Perfect.
overqualified.
Thank you.
Yeah, keep going. Let's give you a big kiss. And it's because of you I've been dreaming about shoulder tattoos. I just keep dreaming about like, what would that be like? That's so amazing. Oh my God, can I do that? What would that be like? It's because of you.
Ooh.
So beautiful. I know.
Oh,
Mandy.
thank you.
You're welcome.
It'd be very sexy, yes.
Alluring. Mandy, welcome to the call. Mandy just jumped into this program in spring. She's a creative. What question can we support you with today?
My question sort of came out of listening to Juliet. I didn't know that I had the question until, thank you, Juliet. I spontaneously started a chat series the other day, which I was going to be interviewed briefly on one of my sister's Facebook Live, and then it turned into a 1-hour interview, which I've decided to make as a series. So now I've got I've got one, and I see it flowed so beautifully. It's called Authentic Conversations with Mandy Morris. And I'm wondering what to do with it. Like, where do I put it? Like, I think I actually need to go back and post it correctly onto my Facebook group, because I don't think I gave the right sort of link. But I'm wondering, what's the best way of, whether I make a YouTube channel, whether I make it into a podcast. I just want some suggestions in terms of how best to utilize. It was just a beautiful model, and there's so many amazing just within ELA.
So why didn't you post it on your Facebook group?
I think I connected it. I think I didn't. I think it's an hour, so I think I needed to post the download link. I just have a few technical I need to sort out. But I'm wondering how best, whether I just keep it on the group or whether I put it. I mean, I haven't done a YouTube channel, but I was wondering, is that the way to go?
Again, if we're going to reverse engineer, what is it that you're wanting from posting this? What is it that you're hoping to create or build with your business?
Well, it's really about celebrating all the amazing women that I'm connecting with here, because we all have, it's a bit of, it's sharing information and about this extraordinary collective. So it was a conversation because I had my challenge.
Mandy, I'm just going to bring you back to the question again. This is about your business, right? It's about your business. So the 3 areas are lead generation, enrollment, and fulfillment. Everything that we do, we want to organize. And this is like a new, I don't know where that part of the brain is, but it's a new part of the brain that lights up, right? As we start to be like, because we don't normally operate like this. Most women operate like, I love you, you love me back. I love you more, you love me back. We're in love, great. Let's have some food, right? This is how we work. When it comes to building a business, we're invited to think in a different way. There's 3 things that keep our business going so that we can love our clients and our clients love us back, and we get the love loop. The 3 things. So if you were to post a video to create lead generation, in other words, people see you, they're like, oh my God, she's so interesting. I want to follow her and see what she's up to. And then eventually you make an offer, which would lead you to sales and enrollment, that eventually would lead you to fulfilling with a program. Lead generation, you want that video to be seen as in many places as possible, right?
Yes.
And according to the platform. So honestly, if you post it on your Facebook group, that's awesome. Most people probably won't listen for an hour.
No.
They won't. YouTube, they may not. What we've seen in the industry is people listen and watch anywhere from 2 to 3 minutes. Unless you have an event. Unless you're generating people or coming to an online event or party. So I have an event coming up, for example, where it's a 2-hour storytelling event. There's going to be multiple people telling stories. It's going to happen at a certain time, only for a certain time. And I'm generating people to come to that, right? You just did that with your interview. So now it's a replay. People watch replays not very much.
Yeah.
So Mandy, what I think would be interesting is go ahead and post it on Facebook. You love it. Then you could figure out how to post a video on your group. Great. If there's something in that interview, like you said, you're like, I want to do more from that, do more of it. But do it in smaller bites. Promote it, right? Have other people promote it so your visibility and your lead generation grows. Yeah?
Yep.
And then if you want to take a segment of that out and put it on Instagram, what platforms are you playing with right now?
Just Facebook. I have an Instagram, but I haven't really played. I mean, I've just popped some creative stuff on it, but I haven't really been using it as yet.
I like to say take one lover at a time, because you want to get to know your lover before you marry them. So you want to date them for a while. So I would date Facebook, right? And learn how to court Facebook and what Facebook will give you in return. before you start courting and dating all the different platforms, because every one of those lovers is going to want something different from you. Okay, so what I would consider is Facebook for now, and then as it grows, then you can take on another platform. I didn't take on Instagram till I was like 4 years into my business. I dabbled for 2 years. I found my brand, and then I finally gave my Instagram to my assistant, and she's crushing it because I set up the algorithm, I set up the brand. Now she's just wash, rinse, and repeat. If you guys want to go to Universe Monologues and look at my Instagram account, like, and if you scroll, you'll see in the beginning there were no videos. Hell no, I wasn't going to do a video. And now I'm doing videos because I figured out on Instagram you can do 2-minute videos, right? So I'm figuring it out as an adjunct to Facebook. But when I first jumped in, I just had to figure out Facebook as my lover without it totally killing me. Okay?
Yeah.
Awesome. Let's give you a big kiss.
Thank you.
Mwah. I know I'm bringing in a lot of sensual connotations to this call today. It's probably my hormones, but I want to say this. Women are wired for creation. Whether we have children, whether we're sexually active, whether we're married, whether we're straight, bi, it doesn't matter. Our bodies are designed for creativity. We are the ones that bring life to the planet. If you're leaving out your desire for life, your creativity, your sensual embodiment out of your business and treating it like a thing, treating it like an object outside of you, you're cutting off some of your most vital life force. It doesn't mean that you have to bring sexuality to your business or to your marketing. But bring your love, bring your creativity, bring your gut instincts to your business. And allow yourself to connect up. Because that will allow you to broaden your perspective with your creativity in your business. Step by step, year by year, day by day. I am by no means recommending that you all go out and take nude photos of yourself and use that for your marketing. Okay, that's not what I'm saying. And I'm not saying that all of you use sex and allurement for your marketing if that's not your niche. Okay, so just be clear about that. So that's for some people. The brave, crazy ones like me. But when you bring your aliveness and your creativity to your business, you have more access. And Mandy, for you in particular, who are going down the creativity realm, right? And for Juliet, you who are you love people and you love matchmaking, you're a new relationship coach, right? Bring that to your business. Let that flourish there. Sarah, right? Embodiment. Women who are wanting to lose weight, in love with their body image. Like bring that into your work and that will imbue it with something like an extra, right? This is what women do really well. Same for you, Amma, right? With your dance. Monique, same with you. You work with women in adrenals. Like what does it feel like to be in a healthy, sexy relationship when your adrenals are on, right? It's another area to invite into your business, okay? So, having a hot flash. Sprouting authenticity is your handle. Your question is next. Please tell me your name.
So my name is Dr. Alyssa Beth Horansky Beck.
You are Dr. Alyssa. Nice to meet you, Dr. Alyssa. We have yet to do our jumpstart call. I look forward to that.
That's happening tomorrow. So yes, me too. So out of my hundreds of questions, this is the one that kind of came up based on what somebody was saying. Somebody made the statement, people often don't go into Facebook groups where they're going to be sold to. And so that's kind of really kind of bubbling up for me like all the time right now. I've never had to sell anything to anybody ever until now. because I have been blessed and gifted. I've worked hard, but I've had professional organizations.
Got it.
And so this thing about bringing people into Sprouting Authenticity, which yes, I've been told to change the name 100 times, is hard for me because I know ultimately that I'm going to be selling. And I want to say that up front now.
Yes.
And the opposite, I feel like, is coming through this course. Like, don't tell them right away, but I'm like, okay.
Not true.
Okay,
Pause,
can you
right
speak to that?
Yeah.
Because I need a way to do it that feels good to me.
Yes. I love this. I love this. Yes. Honesty. Yes. Dr. Lisa, be honest with your tribe. Absolutely. Be honest with them. And I recommend don't use the word sell. Similar when we were talking with Lisa about the word promise. There's some words that are just so emotionally charged that people just like, they're like, oh, okay. So one of the reasons we use offers is because we are creating a mindset that I'm going to offer you something and you get to decide if you want to buy it. I'm not going to keep telling you you have to have this. I'm not going to keep pushing this on you like the only way we can be in relationship is if you buy something from me. That's not it. You can stay in my group forever and never invest. Investment is also another really great word. Okay? So please be honest with your people. You can come out straight off the bat, be like, hey, I'm in business. I'm looking for clients because I love to support people to get to X, Y, and Z. And I'm going to make you an offer at some point. That offer isn't going to be for all of you. But for some of you, this is the offer you've been waiting for. If you watch Sage make an offer where she is actually offering a paid program and she's giving you a price tag on it, you'll watch her do this. She'll say it straight out of the gate. I'm about to make you guys an offer. And everyone goes, ooh, right? Right? It's fun because then you get to be like, yeah, I hate it. You get to see all your stuff come up and then you know it's in your head. It's your narrative. And then she makes you the offer and then you go, damn, I wasn't going to buy that, but now I want it. Right? So do it.
Here we are.
Totally do it. Totally do it. And here's the thing. In anywhere in your business, you can be this honest. In anywhere. Like one of the things that we recommend when you do a Facebook Live or a webinar is right at the beginning. By telling people it's a totally free event. And this is what they're going to get. And at the end, I'm going to make you an offer for something more. But right now, I'm going to teach you something. We tell them right off the bat. So for each of you to find your way with that, releases your own tension, in your own like feeling of doing the switcheroo. That's key. Yeah, and you can even say, Dr. Ray, like, can I make you guys an offer? Sage also often asks permission. And I do that with my storytelling groups a lot because I just get sweaty every time I go to make an offer. I'm just like, oh God, I gotta do the thing. I don't want to. I want them just to invest without me even saying it. Right? I do. So I say, you know, we're about to close, got 10 minutes left. Some of you might want more from me. Some of you are probably full. Can I make you an offer on what's next? And then I watch people nod and I'm like, okay, so here it is. And then I give it. Okay. I love seeing Renee in her hammock. I love this. I love this. She's a school teacher and she's got kids and dogs, just saying. And
I'm
so
escaping them all.
I love it. I love it. And you're absorbing what's happening. It's gorgeous. Good job taking care of you. Does that help, Dr. Lisa?
Yeah, I appreciate that. I'll stop there. But I like your answer. So that was great. I took a page of notes.
Awesome. Awesome. You're very welcome. Great question. I look forward to seeing how you do that for you. And I'm happy to support you on that. Let's give her a kiss.
Serena, can I just jump in just to add that I've also been heard, and it's hard, I'm wanting to embrace this as well, that actually when we're in the right space of connection, we want to be wooed. We actually want to be sold to. We want to be drawn in. And that's the art of influence.
I love it. I love it. I'll encourage you to say I. I love to be wooed.
I love
Yeah. Yeah. I think what you're speaking to, Juliet, which is what I really appreciate, is most humans aren't living to their full potential because of time, money, and energy. There's more for us to live if we're alive. And we want people wooing, calling us forth, offering us a next step in an area we want to grow into. And that's where the offer is important. Because if we're just teaching people, if we're giving someone like a quick solution, the magic bullet, they're not really going to have long-lasting transformation. Long-lasting transformation comes from commitment over time. Long-lasting transformation comes from being surrounded by people who help pick you up, brush you off, and get you back in the game of your own life. That don't let you give up on yourself. And we all want that. Especially in the area that most of you are working in. People who are trying to get through a divorce and have a different life. People who are helping with purpose clarity. Helping people get on stage and use their voice. They need someone by them to help them dust them off and get back in the game of their life. And so, hell yes, they need an offer. Hell yes, they need a plan and a strategy. Absolutely. So, before you all get off the call, I want to make sure that you go to the Facebook page, our private Facebook page, and there's an orange sticker that Shannon has posted over there about one step you're going to take to building your list, either today or this week. Make sure you get over there and see what everyone's committing to and post before you get off the call today. I'd screen share, but it's impossible. Oh, no, it's not. Gremlins live everywhere in. So I'm talking about this screen right here. What's your next list community building action you will take? Ooh, we already got I don't have to say your name, Melissa and Renee's up there. Post one thing that you are going to do next, okay? So not the long game, but the short game. Because women are 90% more likely to get shit done when they tell someone they're going to do it. So make sure you get some support and be held accountable. Need to say that. Tina, how are you doing today? Feeling kind of shy?
I don't know. My energy is a little drained. I'm really struggling with this. I'm just gonna be honest. I just feel so overwhelmed, I guess. I've been feeling overwhelmed with school and just trying to figure out how am I gonna make time for all of this. So I don't know. I'm just tired today. Like,
Yeah.
And lately I just been feeling like, do I even have anything that somebody want right now? Like, and I don't want to be a Debbie Downer, but I mean, I've really been struggling mentally. Like, this is not the right time. You know, what am I doing? Maybe I should just focus on school. So I don't know. I'm just really having a hard time today.
Yeah, thank you for being honest. Thank you for being honest. And it sounds like you've got a lot on your plate and you're tired, and that's when I'm not enough and my message doesn't matter starts to creep in there. Because if you believe that, you'll give up and then you'll get a break. So what's true is you might need a break, right? And what you also might need is some support while you're in this place right here without changing it at all. And I'm curious, do you have any buddies in this group yet?
I do. Mandy is one of my buddies. And you know what, I'm gonna be honest, I had a buddy call set up with somebody, and so we did the first one and I was gonna do the second one, and she was like, well, we'll meet the next time you do something or something to that effect. And I think that made me feel inadequate. I know it wasn't intentional, but I guess because I'm already feeling behind and feeling like I'm not doing enough, that just kind of made me feel like maybe I don't belong in this right now. I hate to say it, but yeah, that's how it made me feel. And it wasn't intentional. I don't know. I know people want to be connected to people that are moving and shaking. I get it. But like sometimes like with the buddy calls, it just, it keeps me focused, even though I may not have accomplished a lot, because I have so much on my plate. I don't want to go in half cocked.
Yeah.
And I don't even
Tina,
know if
what
that's
I want to recommend you do is you really advocate for yourself. Okay. Including in your buddy calls. And this is true for all of you ladies. We need emotional support to build our business, and we need accountability. And sometimes those need to be separate. It's like separating the feelings from the facts, right? This is what's happening, and this is how I feel about what's happening, okay? And I want to really recommend, Tina, that you advocate when you go into one of those buddy calls, right? When it's your time to have the focus. What do you need support with? Is it emotional support? Do you need someone just to listen how hard it is and how tired I am right now? Or do you want someone to hold you accountable for posting something? Because that's your choice, right? And even when you're on coaching calls, right? When you jump on a coaching call with me, like we're doing both. Part of it's mindset and part of it's strategy, right? And we need both of those pieces. And we can't jump into strategy if our mind's not in the game, okay? So really advocate for yourself, Tina, and consider having different buddies that hold you in different ways, because everybody is different, right? And you may need a buddy that's a deep listener and gives you a lot of empathy, because I know what's on your plate and you kick ass. And there's probably very few places where you can go and be like, man, because you're holding a lot of people. And that happens with anyone who works with trauma. How many of you on this call here work with people who are in trauma? Yeah. So Bodhi, Evelyn, Dr. Elise, Juliet, Alma, did you raise your hand? Okay. Ladies, consider reaching out to Tina, and Tina, consider reaching out to those women, okay? If you have space to listen, please put your name in the chat, and Tina, I'm gonna ask you to check into that in a moment, okay? Because working with clients with trauma is a lot. Everyone, take a big breath. Right here, Tina. Yeah, thank you for being human. Yeah.
I think it's just been like feelings of inadequacy that I've been holding inside for like a few weeks now.
Yeah.
It's not like really sadness, it's a lot of pressure.
Yeah. Yeah. So some of that pressure you're feeling is by believing that you're behind, because you just got started. Okay.
I feel better. Thank you all. Sorry,
No, sorry. No, sorry. You were invited into this space. Look at all the twinkly fingers.
Thank you. I received it.
Yeah, let's give Tina a big kiss.
Thank you.
So when overwhelm hits you, ladies, and you start to spin out, self-care, 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 self-care. Empathy first. Find someone who will listen to you who is also an entrepreneur. This is a very special calling. Do not go to your mother. Right? Go to someone who knows what it's like to be an entrepreneur, because they're going to empathize with you, and then They're going to send you back in the game. I can't tell you how many times I've sat on Sage's couch and we're watching a movie, and out the side of my mouth, I confess, I'm like, something about business. I'm like, they want $3,000 for the venue. She doesn't even look away from the screen. She goes, give it to them. I'm like, oh. She's like, we'll fill the auditorium together. Okay. We need to speak to other entrepreneurs about what we're up to so that we can feel held. Okay. So it's Tina's day to be vulnerable about overwhelm. Has anyone hit an overwhelm spin skid in the last couple weeks? Who's wanted to quit their business and go off into the mountains in a cabin and chop wood and eat grass? Yeah, right? Oh my God. Totally. Who is overgiven to their clients and overgiven to their business and left only what's left over for themselves? Yeah. Yeah. I'm here to say that that's not the best strategy. It's a habit that over time is recommended we change, okay? So write down on your paper right now, grab your pen. I'm enough. My message matters. And this is what I believe beyond a shadow of a doubt. I'm enough. My message matters. And this is what I believe in. Make a picture out of it. Put it on a Post-it. Put it by your desk. So that no matter who takes your offer, no matter who shows up your Facebook group, no matter what kind of bad hair day you're having, you're just like, you know what? This is why I'm here. Because what the world needs now more than anything is women who love as deeply as you do, who are doing all this spiritual growth to help another person. For fuck's sake, that is a big deal. We could all be doing other things. We could be working for a company that cuts down trees. We could be working for a biochemical company that's polluting rivers. We could be, we could have a factory farm where we are using chemicals on the land. I mean, there's a lot of things where we can make a lot of money, ladies, and we're not choosing those things. So when you're beating yourself up with the I'm not enough stick, put it the fuck down and pick up the phone and call one of your sisters, right, Renee? And just be like, all right, I need 15 minutes to tell you about how I'm beating the shit out of myself. And I just need you to listen and remind me that I'm good enough. I forgot again. Yeah? That's what sisterhood is. That's what Sage has done for me. That's what Megan's done for me. That's what Shannon's done for me. Because I hit I'm a not good enough skid, like every other woman I've ever met. Especially when I'm about to have a breakthrough. Especially, oh my God, especially. So if you're on your way to a breakthrough and you're having a breakdown, you're on the right track. So at least, Tina, that's just the point. That's why I wanted you to speak. You're on your way to a breakthrough. That's why you're having a breakdown. Because you're breaking down and reminding, like, why am I doing this again? Oh, that's right. I'm doing this because I want to help women have a better experience than I had. I'm doing this because I want other people to have more healing and more mentorship than I had when I was their age. That's why we're doing it. Okay? That's the truth. Go ahead and mute yourselves and give me a big uh-huh.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Get your shoulders up by your ears a little bit. Uh-huh. Get it. That's right. Uh-huh. My secret commitment is for my pod to have the greatest success.
Yes.
I'm with you there, Serena.
Woo-hoo! And you ladies are the cream of the crop because you've made the time to be here. So continue to show up, okay? Show up for yourself, each other, and on the calls. And when you feel overwhelmed, spring clean with your sister. I think we have time for one more. Kirsten. And will you tell me how to say your last name? Is it Struli?
Streuli.
Struli.
Thank you. Yeah, Tina gave me the courage now to raise my hand. I don't have a question. I just want also shortly to share because I never said something in these calls. So I'm happy that you all are there. And what I'm hitting, it's like, it's desert, you know. Before I was starting the training, I was so full of ideas and it came all out. And now I started the training, I feel like nothing, you know, like cut off of my feelings, of my ideas. It's so strange. I know I will get through this. I know this, but I just want to know if anybody hits this. It's like, I keep on doing action, but all the aliveness is gone. So it's like, I have really to reconnect. And it was totally beautiful what you said, Sirena, with this stay connected with what's, you know, like at the beginning when you said, what matters to me. So I will start at that one again and count now what matters to me, why I started the training to reconnect with this. So it's like, so I'm happy that you all are there. And Tina, this was really like now giving me the courage to speak up and saying, oh, I'm in the desert. So it's like, thank you.
Thank you for that vulnerageous share. Vulnerable and courageous, Kirsten. Can I speak to the inspiration and now the bedrock? Yeah. So I saw a lot of heads nod when you said that. They're like, yeah, hell yeah, me. Oh yeah, yeah. So consider this. Just consider this. This might be true for men too. I don't know. But I work with women, so I'm just going to talk about women because that's what I know. But I'm not saying it doesn't happen to men. But what I notice with women is that through our history of growing up, we've been told that certain parts of us are not appropriate and we should stuff them down. So we were very talkative. We should be quiet. Our laugh was loud. We should be more ladylike. And on and on and on and on it goes. If you've had a life where you've been told ever since a child to push things down, there's basically a basement with a lot of energy, a lot of ideas and creativity that you've been stuffing down and potentially afraid of, because if you let the energy out of the basement, you would most likely be shunned from your family or your community or your church. Those were just the rules that were given to us growing up. So most of us learned how to keep certain parts of ourselves down or away, and have been functioning with just a percentage of ourselves that's socially acceptable, except to our family and our church. Okay? We've been doing pretty fucking well. I mean, look at all you. You're healthy, you're investing in yourselves, right? You're sober. So it's been going really well. And you've been getting lots of inspiration coming in that portal that you've left open to divinity and creativity. And now there's more. So you're bumping up against your self-imposed walls that you put up to belong. No problem. That's what we all did to survive. What no one probably told you when we say your entrepreneurial journey is like a spiritual path is that this is what you're talking about. As you grow and become a bigger vessel for inspiration, you grow up against those edges that your clients also are facing. And you have to go first. Because you can't lead anybody where you haven't gone before. It's not authentic. That's why Sage has done all the things she's done and why she feels like she's so far ahead, because she had to do all the things and make all the mistakes and make all the decisions so that she could talk about, right, what it's like to be a business owner at this time. She went before, and that's what we're doing for our clients. So when you bump up against the edges of things you've pushed away, it's time for you to face the next layer of your vitality that you aren't in touch with right now. And it's scary because it's going to change your entire world. So you might as well just warn your partners and your friends that things are going to start to change. Because you are claiming more of your suppressed hidden power, giving yourself more permission to be honest, organized, committed, messy. That's what you're saying yes to. And I throw the word in messy in there because I don't like being messy. I don't like it at all. I don't want anyone to see me in my hot, sweaty mess. No, 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 no. I have a select group of people who see me as a hot, sweaty mess and nobody else. So I know what I'm talking about. And when you're in the hot, sweaty mess, you're overwhelmed, you're scared, right? You're overwhelmed and scared. You're grieving, angry, overwhelmed, and tired. When you're that kind of hot, sweaty mess, you are actually having a breakthrough. That's what makes you credible and authentic with your clients, because your clients don't show up for their transformation having it together. They're coming to you because they have a real world problem. And they're a hot, sweaty mess and they don't have no one to go to. That's why they hired you. So when they show up in their sessions, messy, confused, angry, grieving, and you've already gone there for yourself and come out the other side, you can sit with them and be like, you're going to get through this. And you can say it with confidence. You can say it with a toe in knowing, like, this is what transformation looks like. No caterpillar gets to be a butterfly without that squishy phase in the chrysalis. But you, as a coach, healer, or mentor, are the holding of that chrysalis. As they go, you are the one that says, butterflies on the other side, wait for it. Now that's a big responsibility. Can you feel that? How do I know they're going to get through it? You don't. How do you know you're going to get through it? You don't. You feel your way through it with really good support. We have imaginal cells inside of us, just like butterflies. We have cells inside of us that are imagining and evolving into the next incarnation that we don't even know what's going to look like. We have to give ourselves to the process. And the more you fight your own change and transformation, the more you fight against these hidden parts of yourself, the more you blame yourself for running out of inspiration from time to time, the more you fight that, the more you suffer. Ask me how I know. So, Kirsten, when you hit a place where you feel like you're stuck, get support and return to your original inspiration for information. What may happen is you want to keep going like this. I want more inspiration, I want more ideas, but what you might need to do is sink deeper into the inspiration that's already been given to you. Because until you take your program, right, which for many of you was like this download, oh my God, I'm going to do this program. It's feeling like, oh my God, this is amazing. Until you take that inspiration, turn it into a program you can articulate, put a value on, and share with another human being, you haven't gone deep enough. The depth is in taking that inspiration out into another human being and actually walking 6 to a dozen different people through your divine inspiration to see if it works here on planet Earth. In real time, in real space. That's your transformation right there. Once you've done that, I want to say more will come. Because what I've experienced, and I'm only talking from my experience now, I'm not God, I'm not you, but from my own experience, I don't keep getting all the downloads because I can't do them fucking fast enough. I mean, God, are you trying to kill me? Are you trying to kill me? Are you trying to, right? Like, I need to do one thing at a time. And that's how I get the more. Because I'm not Miles Davis. I'm not, oh God, Dolly Parton. She's written so many songs. Like, she's amazing, right? I'm not like that. I don't have an inspiration every second. That's not who I am. Thank God. I would be so exhausted. So I take my inspirations that I get from the divine and I work them through with real people. And that's how I know how to move forward. I hope that there's something that I said that was of benefit.
Thank you very much. It was, yeah, it's landing. So it's good. Thank you.
You're very welcome. Really brave question, Kirsten. Really brave question. So we're coming to the end of our Q&A. I want to let you all know that I have openings in my calendar starting in November. So go book those in advance. The next few weeks are really full, and after that, things start to open up. So go grab sessions. Each and every one of you has the opportunity to book 2 sessions together for a solid hour if you want that. Or you can do 2 30-minute sessions. And again, use your sessions, ladies. Use them when you're stuck. Use them when you haven't done the thing you said you were going to do. Those are when your sessions often are the most powerful because it gets you back into action, right? Getting you back into being the channel of the divine with other divine beings to see if here on earth, your divine inspiration needs work, needs clarity, needs connection, needs support. That's you doing that thing. I believe this is our last call for the month, but always, always, if you're stay connected to your emails and find out there's bonus calls all the time, right? There's both bonus calls with Megan. There was a bonus niche yesterday. So stay in tune with all that's happening if you need extra support. You're welcome, Amma. It is a sincere honor to share with you, ladies, the dark holes and wormholes I have found myself into, and share with you that it's not a demarcation that you're on the wrong track, that you're on the right track. If you're feeling like a hot, sweaty mess, you're on the right track. Just don't stay there alone for too long, okay? There's light on the other side. If you don't have a buddy yet, make sure you get a couple, honestly, and meet once a week, even if it's for 15 minutes, even if it's texting each other confessions, right? Stay connected to other women who are risking what you are risking. So we're going to unmute the lines in a minute, and we're going to put in our 1 or 2 words of what we're walking away with today. Of all the things that God shared, what's 1 or 2 things that we're walking away from for ourselves to get us to the next step. And make sure you go to Facebook and post your next step in your list building. And I will see you again, either in our private sessions or back in one of these Q&A calls. Go ahead and unmute your lines and share 1 or 2 things you're walking away with.
Keep moving forward, and I'm enough.
More self-compassion.
Yeah.
My
Building the
message matters.
funnels.
Yes.
Inspiration.
Yes.
I am enough. I am
Yeah,
enough.
I am enough.
I
I'm
am
not in the
enough.
wrong place. I'm in the right place at the right time.
We all
Connection and sisterhood, inspiration.
Mm-hmm.
connection. We all have our own rhythm.
Motivation and knowing the divine feminine.
Mm-hmm.
All our feelings are valuable no matter what we're feeling.
Thank you, Lauren. Bodhi, you're muted. Unmute yourself.
That message you said, I am enough, my message matters, this is what I believe in. Love that.
Yeah, yeah.
And trust the mess before the breakthrough.
Yeah. Yeah.
Nice.
And that also, I mean, Tina did it so well, just modeling that it's okay to be vulnerable. I mean, that's why we're here for each other, to witness and to be held and to be seen.
Yes.
Nice
I was going to mention tell you how many times I've broken down and cried in front of this group. So it's safe to do so.
Thank you.
All the time. And to see you now, Tina, all lit up, all connected. It's so beautiful.
Yeah, isn't she gorgeous? Nice to see you too, Julia, in your car. Nice to see your face. Thank you for joining.
Yeah, it's amazing.
Awesome.
Very good. Nurture during overwhelm.
Yes.
And all the stuff hiding in our basements.
You're right.
So true. So true.
Yeah.
Beautiful. All right, ladies, go off. Your clients are waiting for you. And like we always say, they're not waiting for someone. They're waiting for someone like you. Go get them, connect, and we'll see you soon.
Thanks, Sirena, and everyone.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you so much.
You're all amazing.
Bye-bye.
Yes,
Bye.
yeah. Feeling you all.
Bye.
Bye for now.
Thank you.
Bye for now.
It's hard to leave.
It is hard to leave.